Hey guys, so we're going to be talking more from Sticks, Stones, Roots, and Bones. We're reading from chapter 4. I thought we'd pick up there, but thanks everybody who joined Justin Townsend's live stream. That was so much fun, and then my husband's live stream. And in between, while I was listening to the live streams, I started cutting up some fruits and putting them on the dehydrator, and that's what I've been up to. But I'm going to get back to our reading, so I just want to reset up here while people join the room, and we're going to start back to chapter 4 of Sticks, Stones, Roots, and Bones where we left off. We're getting back into it. That black sapote was really yummy. I enjoyed trying that with you guys over on Jukshai Farms. Somebody's here. Hi, hello. I want to show you this shirt. It is a Russian doll holding a sickle riding a chicken. And I think I'll wear it next time we do our tea party because it's a fun shirt. But I have it knotted in the back because it's quite large on me. How are you guys this evening? Who's in the room? Give a shout, a howdy, say hello, and we'll sit down and do a bit of reading. Hey Jackie, how are ya, hun? Glad you're here. Thanks for joining. We're gonna get back to chapter 4. Look how green that is. It's just, that's the water that we boiled the artichokes in. That to me is magical, so I'll let you guys know what I end up using this for. Some kind of potion for sure. Okay. Because, especially in Hoodoo, we use what we've got around us. And we use our intuition and we make it work. And we make it unique and individual to our craft, which is a really cool and beautiful thing in itself, you know, when we can, especially when we share those things with others. And when we were talking about on Justin's channel about God's mouth chakra, the one in the back of the head, what he was teaching me about, that really resonated. And it's the exact thing, like I said, Justin, is that what you're talking about? Because he's saying about like when a word or an energy goes out into the universe and it has that tied to it. Like for instance, I use blood orange as a blood substitute, and I tell you guys that you can do that too. I don't believe I learned that from anybody else. It's just something that I've done. Or I use taking grapes off of the grapevine for gossip removal workings, you know. Things like that. Things that we can just think up on our own. But when a word is attached to it, like grapevine in the song and whatever, or blood oranges and the word blood and using it as a blood substitute in magics, or in a twin flame working to call another blood towards you. So yeah, done saying blood for now. I'm going to shut the door to my room because my husband's on the phone with his mother. And yeah, talking about Hoodoo from Sticks, Stones, Roots, and Bones. So welcome to anybody that's here, anybody that joins. Jackie, if you're going to be here for a while, cool. If anybody joins and wants me to comment back, just let them know I'm reading, and I'll check up on the comments when I can. I know, I love the color of that water too. It's just so green. Alright. So, we left off at step 7. And what we're talking about is we're talking about what to do in a house cleaning ritual with the stuff that you sweep up off the floor. Your dirts, your hairs, your debris from your house. The salt that you laid out to cleanse it. You sweep all the salt and all the dirt from all four corners into the middle, and we went through all the steps. And we went through some dusting solutions. We went through... So there's a way to do a ceremonial disposal for those dirts and salts that you pick up. We talked about that. So go back to my last live video if you missed, the previous steps. But now we are talking about step 7, which is heal all furniture feeding oil. Okay, so feeding your magical wooden furniture. This is I think this is just a faux finish, but it's some kind of wood. This, is some kind of like cherry or madrona. I don't know. But what I do know, like I have an oak cabinet, and I know I have, some of my wood furnitures, I know what the woods are. But it's interesting. Get somebody in your family that knows woods. Ask them what's what. Figure it out. Grab your Scott Cunningham book on earth magic and your Scott Cunningham book on earth power. The orange one, the small orange one, is earth power. And then the one that's white and blue and gold and has a door on it called Magical Household. Those two books talk about types of wood and furniture and how you can sit on certain furnitures and that wood will help you heal from illness. Or you can, hey Marge, or you can, sit on this type of wood and it will help you with money or prosperity. And you can make your bed frame out of this type of wood and it could help with nightmares. So what we're talking about here is, furniture feeding oil. So this is an oil that you can make, and this is step 7 in Sticks, Stones, Roots, and Bones, chapter 4, when we're talking about the rituals of house cleaning. Okay, so I'm going to start reading. Step 7, heal all furniture feeding oil. Fix the following scented oil. Hold on just a minute. I'm going to click this one out. Fix the following scented oil. Fix the following scented oil to feed your woodwork. Tables, trim, cabinets, etc. Why would we want to feed the trim of our house? I understand tables, I understand cabinets and bedwork, and I do understand trim, but I want to hear from you guys. Why would we want to do the trimming of our house? Why would that be important, perhaps? Where are my glasses? I cannot keep my glasses for the life of me. Why might we want to nourish our magical trim? Well, I will tell you. I haven't heard any comments yet, but there's only 3 of us here, so that's alright. The magical trimming of our house, of our rooms, both on the outside and the inside, but I think here we're talking about the inside, And what that is talking about is, that's all the edging of your room. It's like, in a way, putting a ring of salt around the room if you have the right magical oil combination, correct? So let's read on. I'm just projecting thought while reading through here and asking you questions so we can use our intuition to answer them before we let the book answer them. It will build confidence within us. It's really beautiful. Okay, so fix the following to feed your tables, trim, cabinets, etc. This blend is designed to enlighten you as you work, helping you sort out the source of confusion, bad vibes, or negativity cluttering up your home. Preheat an oven to 90 degrees. In an oven-proof container, stir together 8 ounces oil, almond, olive, castor, or a combination. 1 tablespoon dried rosemary and 1 tablespoon dried vetiver. Place in the oven and let these herbs release their magical qualities. Only for 18 plus, or if you own your own house. If you are a child, you need to make sure your parents, even if you're, seriously, oil in an oven could be very dangerous. So don't leave that alone. Place in the oven and let the herbs release their magical qualities into the oil by steeping until needed, at least 30 minutes. Steeping herbs in oil in an oven. interesting. This is a really interesting book thus far. When ready, add 1/2 teaspoon lemon essential oil and 1/2 teaspoon sweet orange essential oil to the mix as well. If you didn't have those, don't go out and buy them. Use your skins of your lemon and your orange and just squeeze the heck out of them, because that is pure essential oil. When you squeeze the orange and that thing squirts out and gets your eye, that's pure essential oil. Okay? So, if you don't have that and you can't afford to get them because they're quite pricey sometimes, you could do that. And in Hoodoo, we should use what we've got around us. Earthly Taurus, hi, how are you? Have I read the book on camera already? Not this one. I've read quite a few Hoodoo books on camera. And I held them up in the last video, the ones I've read through chapter by chapter on my videos. But those are way back in my earlier videos. Kind of have to search through those. Alright, so, or you could just search in Taxidermy Witch and Hoodoo, and a bunch of things will come up. Okay, so, step 8. Oh wait, when ready, add 1/2 teaspoon lemon essential oil and 1/2 teaspoon sweet orange essential oil and mix well. Use with a magical dusting cloth. Now, well, it just says use with a dusting cloth, but I'm interjecting use with a magical dusting cloth that you always do your magical dusting with. It's just like when you leave your offerings out for your relatives or your Hoodoo ancestors or whoever. Use that very same plate for your grandmother every time. Give them their own special thing. It's a magical tool. So have a special cloth. Maybe that special cloth is a very special piece that your grandma, had, or a dress of your grandma's or something. Make this magical cloth more magical by adding a piece of your children's old clothing, doing it with that, and, protecting your house not only with these oils that help with anti-negativity and such and banishing evil spirits, but maybe have that beautiful childlike energy with them too that's so strong. Okay, these are just ideas. So next is step 8, the finishing spray. Okay, and we're in chapter 4 of Sticks, Stones, Roots, and Bones, reading about cleansing rituals and spirit washes. Linda Plummer, hi. I agree, it makes the energy stronger. Yes, just how are all these little tiny ways we can amp things up more, and just make them even more magical. All these little things add more intention, more time, more thought in it. The workings you'll see. They'll work quicker, better, and the more times that you do this ritual over and over and that you get used to it and the energies resonate with it, it will start to work quicker and faster. Step 8, the finishing spray. This step replaces the use of commercial aerosol air fresheners. Mix together the ingredients of the recipe of your choice, put in a spray bottle, and spray onto the broom or in the air. So you could spray it onto your besom and then sweep it through your house. Besom, potato. I don't know how people pronounce it. You can buy commercially made fragrance waters. I would always make it myself over buying it because it's more magical to me that way. And it's as simple as, seriously, like getting things you otherwise would have thrown away, like these orange peels. They have pure essential oil in them right there, fresh and ready to be used. You know what I mean? When you dry them, the oils are still in there, but when they're fresh like that and you squeeze it into some water and spray it in the room, woo, it's potent, especially those peels. Hi, Thomas! How are you? Yay! Reading from Sticks, Stones, Roots, and Bones. Okay, so it says you can buy these commercially made fragrance waters, such as Kananga water or rose water, or else make them yourself. Recipes are at the end of this chapter. So we'll get there. We will. We're gonna. Alright, so we've got these different finishing sprays. There are 4 of them. There is Bless This House, and that has got 1/2 cup holy water. We talked about holy water in the first video. 1/2 cup, or a 1/4 cup of holy water, a 1/4 cup rose water, 1/2 teaspoon rose fragrance oil. Not rose essential oil, that would be so expensive. That would be like $50. Rose fragrance oil. Lanaya, hi. Then the next one, the next finishing spray is Devil Away. Cast the devil out! Devil away! And this one is for... The first one was for general spirit atmosphere and a peaceful home. This Devil Away is for troublesome spirits, meddling, or gossip. So this would be a great thing for me to be adding to those pulling the grapes right off the grapevine that I dehydrate on the vine. Because this is going to be great to amp up our gossip removal workings, okay? I need to plug my phone in before I forget. I also need to say this really quickly because a lot of people are asking this question and I want to explain it. Whoop. The spelling is this, C-H-A-K-R-A, okay? This is my drawing. It's quite crazy. These are feet. This is the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and those are my eyeballs to represent. They look like this crazy, weird, winking chicken bird. And then here's the crown. Okay, so those are those 7 main ones that we talk about, at least here on my channel. But as Justin reminded me today, there are hundreds and maybe thousands of different chakras all throughout the body. And we learned about one called God sense, I believe it's called, in the back of the head. There's 2 ways to pronounce it, and I pronounce it both ways on my channel because I want people to know something. So you can pronounce it chakra, or you can pronounce it chakra. Chakra, chakra. Then what I there. I pronounce them both ways on my channel because as far as I know and understand, you can pronounce it both ways and it means the same thing. Okay? And they are the same by definition as far as I know. If I'm wrong, please correct me, okay? But by definition, it means spinning wheel or disc. Spinning wheel or spinning disc. And when they are in harmony or healthy and doing well or in balance, they're spinning. And they're all spinning. But when they murk down and slow, and if one murks down, and slows down, they'll all start to become affected, just like the human body. If you mess up your shoulder, it's going to mess up your spine, which throws everything off a little bit. So you can kind of think of, if you understand chiropractic or how the structure of the body works anatomy-wise, or muscles and massage, if you're a massage therapist, you could kind of understand how having one chakra slow down and murking up and not spinning appropriately, even though the other ones were fine. You know, having that one slow down can really murk down the rest of them. And eventually make the whole body just kind of fall out of harmony. So in how do we get them to start spinning again? You know, working on visualization, working on, you know, you can close your eyes and visualize them spinning in beautiful, perfect harmony and resonating together. Or you can do meditations, you can, you know, get awareness that way. There's a lot of different things you could do, and I would do your research, but Justin talks about a lot of that on his channel. So I was really interested to sit down for those 90 minutes with you guys and talk about that on Justin's channel. So thanks again for that. Alright, so we left off on Devil Away finishing spray, step 8, and this is for troublesome spirits, meddling, or gossip. You use a 1/4 cup holy water, 1/4 teaspoon each of frankincense, myrrh, and cinnamon leaf essential oils. Alright. And the next one is ancestor welcoming, and this is for an unexpected death, bereavement, or sorrow. Is bereavement when you lose a spouse? Or what is bereavement? I'm not sure of that word. I don't know that word. So, yes. Or sorrow. Then you use the ancestor welcoming. You will use quarter cup Kananga water, quarter cup Florida water, and we have a recipe for that in page 83, and I sure will go over that at some point. A quarter teaspoon each of clary sage and lavender essential oil, and that's the ancestor welcoming. If you guys don't know clary sage, you gotta, because in the world of essential oils, and I'm not a doctor, in the world of essential oils, there's only one that is in the sedative family, and it's clary sage. And clary sage also happens to be a 4-star sedative. How many maximums of stars are there in the essential oil family? 4. So it's almost like there only needs to be one, and it's clary sage. But this helps so much, and I put it in my astral oil with meditation. It helps calm the mind and quiet the thoughts. It's amazing for that. So clary sage pure essential oil is, I highly suggest for helping with meditation, aiding in astral travel, or astral projection, and calming down the mind and clearing the thoughts. I did have to get rid of that video because I had music in it, so I'll redo up that video. But yeah, good one. Clary sage essential oil. Look into it. It's so good. Alright, so next we've got Chase Away Negative Vibes finishing spray. We've got in that one a quarter cup orange blossom water, a quarter cup spring water, a half a teaspoon lemon verbena essential oil, and a quarter teaspoon cinnamon essential oil. And that one is for exactly what it says, chasing away negative vibes. Pretty easy. Want to amp that up? Throw a smoky quartz crystal point in there. I've got a bunch of them that I just have on my crystal shelf. I use in necklaces, I use in oils, waters, whatever. Not drinking waters, because you have to be really careful. If I make elixirs, you guys have seen me do that loads of times before. This one I can change out the stones. It has a separation between the two because a lot of stones out there, if you mix them with water, they can be toxic to the human body because some of the stone bleeds out into the water, the minerals, and it can be toxic. So this bottom part opens up too, and I can change out the stones in there. Cheers to elixir bottles. Okay. So now that's it with step 8. That was the finishing spray. Now we're on to step 9, which is dress up. Unless you are moving on to another residence, dress your front door with either a fresh flower, herb, or bay laurel wreath. See the listing below for specific qualities. Also, hang a mirror near the entryway. Clean your entry mirror and other mirrors with a 50-50 solution of 100 proof vodka and water. Interesting. Inside the door, hang rue on a garlic braid to banish negativity and for protection. I'm going to be circling that little bit of advice. That's awesome. Right there at the top of page 71. Boom. We'll do a video up on that for sure. Making that mirror cleaning water out of vodka and, Moonblast or holy water. And doing up that wreath. I like it. So to create your own wreath, arrange fresh flowers and herbs on a straw or grapevine wreath. Yes, I have so many grapevines, you guys, because that's what we feed our sugar glider is grapes. And I've started collecting them about 6 months ago. I've got loads and loads and loads. Florida water, Marge, I'll show it to you, and I sell it on my Etsy page as well if you want to find some. Florida water's this, and on my channel you see me use it all the time. It's what's in here, and I use it for cleansing all my candles, pretty much everything. So this is Florida water. And yeah, I actually have Florida water soap as well on my Etsy site, and you cleanse it with your body with it, and it smells way better than this somehow. It smells actually really good. You can use it for hand soap, just if you want to cleanse your hands before workings, or go all the way up your arms like doctors would scrub in or something. That's how I use it, and I keep it both in my shower and on my bathroom sink. And I oftentimes wash up with that. But when I'm in here, I spray that Florida water, and use it all day, every day. So, good question, Marge. Thank you. So to create your own wreath, we said that. Affix them to the wreath using natural hemp, twine, or florist wire. So just use what you have, though, because that's hoodoo. Affix them to the wreath using natural hemp. Choose the right combinations for the work required. So here's the first one. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different types of wreaths that you could make. Evil spirits and haunts or ghosts or demonic possession. This wreath would contain lilac, which I always have, snapdragon, and juniper. Really cool. A general cleansing wreath would be made of bay, cedar, chamomile, hyssop, iris, lemon verbena, rosemary, and thyme. Okay, so you'd have to have these things actually growing in your magical garden or in your house in order to make the wreaths out of the bushes of these things, right? And we're reading out of Sticks, Stones, Roots, and Bones by Stephanie Rose Bird. Okay, so the next one is for happiness, a wreath that you can make for happiness. This is step 9 to dressing up your house after you've done the whole entire ritual cleansing, right? So the happiness wreath would be hyacinth, lavender, and lily of the valley. Okay. If you didn't have those 3, or if you only had one, use one of them. Like, loads of people have lavender, very easy to grow, and you can actually buy it at the shop. Lavender to make a wreath out of. Use whatever's in your garden that brings happiness to you as a substitute for one of the others. Or just make it out of just lavender. Do what you've got and use what you've got. Because that really does have a strong connection with hoodoo. Healing. Healing wreath would be amaranth, bay laurel, carnation, cedar, cowslip, golden seal, heliotrope, pine, rose, rosemary, and violet. Okay, here's a wreath for hexes. Galangal, chili peppers, pokeberries. I think I have pokeberries right here. I was going to actually show them to you guys. Oh no, they're chokeberries. Never mind. Chokeberry. Excuse me. So, Gangal, chili peppers, pokeberries, blessed thistle, and vetiver. So the one for peace is going to be gardenia, morning glory, and violet. The one for power is going to be carnation, devil's shoestring, and ginger. The one for spirituality will be cinnamon, frankincense, and gardenia. The one for strength will be bay, carnation, pennyroyal, sweet pea, blessed thistle, and lady's mantle. And now we're on to step 10, which are the finishing touches. Justin just did his live stream and finished it. He did a 90-minute one tonight. It was awesome! I stopped my earlier live stream to go over there, and he answered so many of my questions. He showed me a Lumerian stone. He touched more on if males can be empaths, which I addressed in my part 1 of this video. It was a huge topic, and that was the first topic. And then he also helped me understand a little bit how the butterfly effect and chaos theory play into energy in our craft, and it was just great. It was just great. Alright, so next we're on to step 10, finishing touches. Walk through the house and throw shiny pennies under the furniture and into the corners of the room. If it was me, I would use pre-1982 pennies because they're made of copper. Okay. Next, set out lemons in a bowl on the table where you eat for luck and energy. Place fresh scented flowers in each room. The coins, lemons, and flowers are all pleasing to the spirits and show your ancestors that you notice them and appreciate their favors. I love this. Hi Nello, how are ya? Welcome. King Godlord, welcome. How are ya? Donatello, hi. Yeah, and I'm not naming who said otherwise, but it's a channel that I adore, and I saw people on the live stream that were like, I've never heard that. Oh my god, wow, new information. And I was like, I had to say something, so I said it. But I'm not throwing anyone under the bus, especially a channel I adore. So, just addressing it in my own way that's non-confrontational, and also it just doesn't need to be confrontational. I just can say my piece, get all my friends to agree with me and feel better, and be done with it. You know, that's it. That's all I need to do. Okay, so I really like that. Putting flowers, scented flowers, fresh lemons, and pennies under the furniture into the corners of the room. Just so cool. Repeat this ritual as needed. Do it at least every 2 weeks and sometimes each week. We can't afford fresh flowers and fresh lemons. Well, maybe not the fresh lemons, but at least do the fresh flowers. And we all have pennies. Come on, you guys. You can do that. And if you don't have fresh lemons, dry some up in your dehydrator, just like I'm doing right here with these other citrus fruits, and just throw them under there. Why not? Why couldn't you do that? That's very hoodoo. And just do it with lemons, though, you know? If you don't have lemons, do it with oranges. But do it as best you can. Just try and make your own way as close as you can. All right, next we're on to page 72 of chapter 4. And we're talking about spiritually cleansing the body. And we're not being funny. Lanaya, hi! How are ya? I'll have to watch Justin's Akashic Records talk back. I did a video on the Akashic Records, but I'm sure it's nowhere near as good as Justin's, because he's been doing this stuff for so long. So long. But I want to hear his opinion. I really do. Yes, I love Lunaya's insight as well. Okay, so spiritually cleansing the body. After spiritually clearing your living or working space, it is important to purge the bad vibes, negativity, or spiritual activity you drew to yourself while cleaning. In the following pages, there are 3 recipes with variations to choose from, including an herbal bath, bath crystals, and bath sachet. I love bath sachets. It's like laying in a big bath of tea, you guys. Seriously. Bath tea. Who walks in the mud at some point must clean his feet. Boo humbu proverb. I do too, you guys. It's just the best. Who doesn't want to bathe in tea? It's like Madonna bathing in Voss water, or Michael Jackson bathing in Perrier because he liked the bubbles and he was so childlike. You know what, you guys? I like to bathe in tea, and that's what I can afford to do. And it's very, very simple when you've got an herb selection like I do, you know? It's good times. Sanctify your wash tub. Let's learn how to sanctify our wash tub. Yes, learning more is always good, Thomas. Who knows Edgar Casey? If you know the Akashic Records, you better know Edgar Casey. Sanctify your wash tub. If you wish, you can begin to sanctify your tub. Sprinkle a 50-50 combination of baking soda and vinegar in and around the tub. As it bubbles, sprinkle ground sea salt or table salt into the solution. I like to moon bless my salt, and it's especially... amps it up so nice. Or table salt into the solution. Scrub with a loofah or natural sea sponge until the residue is removed. Incense. To complete the home clearing and invite a richer spiritual depth into your home, choose one of the following types of pure sacred incense made from essential oils to burn while you bathe. Or you could make your own. Sandalwood, myrrh, lavender, patchouli, frankincense, or a combination. Ground frankincense, gum arabic, myrrh, and sandalwood chips. Yum. Set a chunk of bamboo charcoal on a natural heat and fireproof incense burner in the bathroom. Light the charcoal and let it heat thoroughly. It will turn white in areas. Then place a pinch of each ingredient on the top. Make sure there is something to catch the ash, like a sensor like this. Where's your sensor, girl? When you get these at the store, for some reason, they sell them with the bubble up. That is not how you burn in them. Your coal disc would fall off, okay? That's danger. That's dangerous. You flip it, and then you also have your coal disc in the same shape as this. Your coal disc should not be up like a dome. You have to flip it so that it's like this, where the dome side is down, okay? This is a really cool little brass sensor I got a while back. That gets really hot. Do not touch this when you're burning in it. Sometimes I put this in a bowl of salt, just so that if I need to pick it up and move it, like if it gets too smoky, because you want to be able to move it if it gets real smoky, and put it, closer to the door or the window or whatever. Put this in your cauldron and use metal tongs. We go over this whole thing in my very first video on, which I'm very, very different in because I didn't have a family I was talking to. I was talking to a camera, and I was like very, very different. But the information is good, and it's how to burn frankincense and dragon's blood and myrrh on a coal disc, and it's a 30-minute video all about that. So where I do a demo and I show you guys how I light it and everything like that. So, where are we at, y'all? Yeah. Then place a pinch of the ingredient on the top. Make sure there is something to catch the ash. This is the purest type of ceremonial incense and has ancient origins to before biblical times. If you prefer, you can also choose from the wide variety of commercial incenses that can be carefully matched to your specific needs. Refer to Appendix B for suggested sources in the back of this book. Crack open a door or window if possible. See, you're going to need to let it out. You can smoke up a room, especially for addiction magic with frankincense. I highly suggest that. And if you want to know what book I'm referencing from, just ask so in the comments below, but I don't want to bring that up in this video. Alright, next, what else? Appendix B. You guys okay? Little sister's... Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Nello, but I know that can happen. I've heard of people becoming so awake that everyone around them feels like they need to commit them, and that's so sad, and I'm so sorry, and I'll keep that in my meditations and warmest thoughts. Nello. That's very, very sad. Okay, refer to Appendix B for suggested resources. Crack open a door or window if possible. Repeat the following haunt clearing chant 3 times. Take a deep breath, cleansing breaths of the incense. Careful, though. Careful breathing smoke. Emphasize the exhalation to purge and clear yourself and the room and the frequency and the negativity. Visualize that too. Visualize as you breathe in, you're breathing in a beautiful white light, and it's cleaning your body and purifying you, and when you breathe out, you're breathing out negative black energy that was inside your body that's not there anymore. And you can come up with your own positive affirmation chant to confirm and affirm that that's out of you. Heal. Get that frequency into the universe. I am healed. My body has no more negativity attached to it. Whatever you want to say. It doesn't have to be a perfectly worded sentence. You say it how it makes sense to you. Okay, so now this is what it suggests, though, that you could say. Spirits which cling here, you are not wanted inside. There is a white light upon you, from which you cannot hide. I come to you from the most correct way. But in my clean and blessed home, you cannot stay. when you say things in rhymes, it also somehow resonates with the universe and sticks. I don't know how to explain that better, but it does actually help. It's not just Hollywood, like sticks and stones and roots and bones, silly type of thing. It did happen to some of the Indian yogis, Thomas. I've read quite a bit about that, like why Kriya Yoga is so dangerous and they don't teach it to just anybody because, like, you awaken the Kundalini too quick without the proper preparations. And yeah, one of my yogi instructors told me, like, you're not just supposed to know Kriya Yoga. You're supposed to, like, be ready to know it. It's not even about initiation. It's about somebody who knows it, who says this person's ready because they are looking out for you. Yeah. Okay, so the next chant that it says that you could do, but I'm not going to say the last line because I don't believe in it. When you are finished and are draining the tub, recite the following healing blessing. Like a magnet, I've attracted to me the good and bad powers that be. With the strength invested in me, I ask the bad spirits to depart and let me be. I come to you in the most correct way. May graciousness and goodness reign here today. I call on good forces with power and might. Let only clarity and brightness remain in my sight. I call on powers much higher than I. Shroud me in spiritual goodness and light from morning to night. 3 times 3 times 3. So mote it be. Alright, that was a good one. And then there's a little proverb by the Balari. There is no hiding place on the water's surface. I like that. There's no hiding place on the water's surface. Okay, so now we're on page 74, chapter 4, it's Sticks, Stones, Roots, and Bones. How much longer is this chapter? My voice is starting to crack. I feel like we're going to have to get a lot. We'll do the spiritual cleansing bath, and then we'll take a break from reading and have a chit-chat. And then, yeah, see where it goes from there. So here's a spiritual blessing bath. Ready? Here's the recipe. Wendy W., hi! I'm so glad you're here. We are talking and reading from Sticks, Stones, Roots, and Bones by Stephanie Rose Bird. So, starting from the top, the spiritual blessing bath. Here's the recipe. 2 cups of water. If it was me, I would use well water or moon water or some kind of special water. A 1/4 cup dried hyssop, lemon verbena, van or vetiver, or chamomile, or 1 chamomile tea bag, or a combination, see note. 1 cup of milk. I'm assuming it would be cow's milk since they don't state otherwise. 1/8 of a teaspoon frankincense essential oil. 1/8 of a teaspoon myrrh essential oil. 1/8 of a teaspoon lavender essential oil. 1/8 of a teaspoon lilac or gardenia fragrance oil. Different than essential oil. 1 quart or 32 ounces of warm water, and I would make this some kind of special water, whether it was well water or, but not like fluoridated tap water with God knows what else in it. Wendy, you're pooped. Hey Justin, how are you? We're back to chapter 4, talking more about cleansing the home. Sticks, stones, roots, and bones. This is a spiritual blessing bath. So we're on to the 1 quart or 32 ounces of warm special water if you want to make it special. Incense, page 72. 1 candle. See chapter 5 for help selecting the right one. And chapter 5, let's just see what it says. Maybe it's going to talk about our color magics. Oh no, it's Harvesting the Gift of Fire is chapter 5. So, interesting. Anyway, bring the 2 cups of water to a boil and add the dried herbs. And if using the tea bag, Allow the water to return to a boil, then cover and remove from the heat. Steep for 30 minutes. When finished steeping, drain by pouring through a fine sieve over the bowl. In a small separate bowl, mix the milk and oils together. This is an interesting recipe, but it's very traditional, and I use goat's milk, raw goat's milk, in an Egyptian cleansing bath that I made up myself. I've talked about on my channel a few times, like my Cleopatra goat's milk bath, honey, goat's milk, turmeric, fresh parsley, fresh mugwort. Oh, I love that. So good, so soft. Oatmeal, oh, oats. Okay, so in the small separate bowl, whisk the milk and oils together. Whisk this into the strained herb infusion and then add the warm water. See the incense and candle on the sink, or set the incense or candle on the sink or tub in a fireproof holder and light them. Plug the tub. Using a cup, pour the herbal brew over your head and let it drain down your body. Really important that this part happens. Even with dreads, I just leave my herbs in bigger chunks, and I pour the whole thing over the top, down the back of my head. That's a really important part to this, you guys. Cleansing your head, covering your head, treating your head. Such a spiritual entrance, such a negativity block up, build up, yucky, get it away. Okay, so even if you have dreads, just make the chunks of the herbs bigger. Don't let little chunks go over your head. Don't bust open the chamomile tea bag. Keep it in the bag. Just let it hit your head and fall down. Got it? Alright, so plug the tub. Repeat this process exactly 7, 9, 11, or 13 times, depending on the depth of the cleansing desired. Now, one way you can do this and keep using that same fluid, that same ritual, okay, is you can stand up in a plastic tub, and you can have 2 plastic tubs, alright? I'm not a huge fan of plastic either. You could do it in a big glass pan, but have 2 of them, one that you can stand in. You pour the mix over your body, it catches it. Get out, get into the other tub, pour the mix over your body again, it catches it. Get into the other tub, you see what I'm saying? And it doesn't go down the drain until, because goat's milk is not cheap. Cow's milk is not cheap. The herbs you're using aren't probably terribly cheap. So do this in one of those numbers, 7, 9, 11, or 13, depending on the depth of the cleansing desired, or how a number is attached to you. Yeah, 7 is that number that just resonates alchemy, absolutely. Depending on the depth of the cleansing desired. For intensive cleansing and healing, repeat this ritual every day for exactly 7, 9, 11, or 13 days. Hi, Wild Shadowmancer, how are you? And hi, everybody who's in the room. When finished, drain the tub and extinguish the candle and incense. Note, use 1 cup if using fresh herbs. Okay, so remember, you guys, when you use dried herbs, it's much more potent than fresh herbs, both in a tea, in incense, in oil. And no matter how you go across the board, when you dry it, there's just something about it that's like really potent. But if you're trying to get the essential oils out of something, it does need to be fresh. Oh, I just got a little bit of blessing. And just squeeze some of this on yourself. Pat yourself with the beautiful organic skins that haven't been tainted by pesticides and that. Here's what I'm currently... I was cutting this up during yours, Justin. Cutting up a bunch of fruits for the dehydrator. So, okay, so my voice is getting tired, so I still want to continue to be on here, but I can't read. So we're going to be pausing in this book, Sticks, Stones, Roots, and Bones, at page 75, and we're going to be starting back with these healing bath crystals. And we're going to start back with that probably bright and early tomorrow morning. But let's stay here and chit-chat and bring up some topics if anybody has any topics they want to talk about. Oops! Otherwise, we could do a chit chat on really anything. Boop! Whoop! Whoop! Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody! Happy St. Patrick's Day! Happy St. Patrick's Day! Hey, Justin, while you're here, I just wanted to confirm this topic I brought up earlier. The word chakra, spelled C-H-A-K-R-A, correct? It can be pronounced chakra or chakra, correct? And do they mean the same things? And if we know they're pronounced differently by different people, I pronounce it both ways so that people know it's the same word, chakra, chakra. Is there a difference between the two in wordage, and does one come from one part of the world and one from the other? I would love to know that. Love to know. Yes, it's pronounced both ways, and does it mean the same exact thing no matter how it's pronounced? Because I've always, in massage school, they just taught us, chakra, chakra means the same exact thing, spelled the same way, pronounced phonetically different depending on where in the globe you are. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So another really cool aspect of learning how to attune the chakras and work with the body and heighten yourself so you can vibrate and have a better frequency is learning what foods you can eat to help, like learning more about Ayurvedic medicine. What's Ayurvedic medicine? Like when we eat root vegetables to help ground us. Or we eat oranges or fruits off the very tops of the trees to help uplift us. Or we eat something kind of in the middle of where things grow to kind of keep us balanced once we're in our perfect harmony, Or we eat a mix of the three to stay balanced, And how many of you guys know about the words kapha and vata? And I forget what the in-between word is, but Justin, maybe you can help me out. Kapha is that really grounded, balanced part. And vata is up in the air when you're way too all over the place and can't really focus and you're, both mean, okay, cool. So, get into Ayurvedic medicine and learn about that, just at least to know what it is and how it works, because you can really help bring like a nice balance into your chakras and calm your meditations. And like I was talking about clary sage earlier, that's something that really can help. It's the only sedative as far as I was taught in the essential oil world, and it's a 4-star sedative, and there's 4 stars is the max. So clary sage is fantastic. I highly recommend that to people who have trouble meditating or can't get their mind to quiet or can't find the calmness to sit still, because it keeps you awake almost. You're just kind of in this very self-reflective state. I like it. Beautiful and fantastic. Who's going live next, you guys? Lanaya, are you gonna go live? Who's gonna go live next? And what are your guys' ideas on what I can do with this magical water that turns so crazy green from boiling artichokes? It's bright green, looks like absinthe in the light. No, I don't do any social medias, just this and Skype and my Etsy. That's really, and I hardly check my email, but that's one way of communicating with me. But yeah, no social media for me. Really, 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 really bad problems with that. So, but who's going to go live next? Because I want to join a live stream and follow each other around, and it's just the best. And I love using Skype to, and Justin, do you use Skype? I'd really like to connect with you guys, you there at least, because I share a lot of things in videos and just different books and things that I learn, and it's just so fantastic. Luna, yeah, as soon as you eat, you're gonna go on in just a sec. Okay, good. So we'll all meet you at your corner. when you're done eating. Yeah, I'm getting hungry too. I'm gonna eat and I don't want to do mukbang tonight. You'll set it up tomorrow? Okay. Fantastic. Uber awesome. So, Justin, what time are you going to go live tomorrow? Because I want to join that too. Do you know, or do you just kind of go on whenever? And on my, yeah, so find me on Skype. It's just Jen the Taxidermy Witch. Super easy. Muted for train. Okay. Alright. Really, really, really excited. So, Lunaya, we'll see you over there in a little bit. And I'm going to get me a plate of food and join you guys over there. And Justin, really excited to see you on Skype. You're going on at 7 p.m. tomorrow, and that is in Montana. So I can't. So I'll look up 7 p.m. Montana time. Awesome, awesome stuff. You guys, I've had so much fun hanging out with you throughout the day and showing you what I've got going on and joining other live streams and coming back. And Aiden, hey man, thanks for saying hi. Thanks for saying it's a great live stream. I enjoyed it too. Wild Shadowmancer, so I just figured out you might be a vampire, by the way. Awesome. You're kind of excited about that possibility. I would love to know more about that. Wild Shadowmancer, find me on Skype at Jen the Taxidermy Witch, because I'd really, really like to hear more about that. I don't not believe in anything, and I've been looking more into vampires and people who actually have, like, partners that they have an arrangement with, and it makes sense that someone might want to ingest another person's life energy. And so my mind isn't closed to anything, and I always want to learn about new things. So anyone is welcome to connect with me on Skype. I just ask that you type in, if your face name isn't, or your screen name's not the same there, just let me know your YouTube screen name so I know it's you. Alright, all my love, you guys. Find me on Skype at Jen the Taxidermy Witch. Everyone is welcome, and we'll see everybody at Lunaya's Corner very shortly with some foods.